Assalamu alaikum. We are here at the 2013 Miss Tournament in Washington, D.C. I'm standing here with Motamid Sehat-e-Jismani. Usman Jamil Sahab. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Motamid Sahab, why don't you tell us a little bit of background, what's going on here, a little bit about history about the Miss Tournament and just any background information you'd like to tell about it.
I believe this is the 7th year Miss, you correct me on that, 10th year Miss has been going on. I believe last 2 years it's been held in Hatboro, Pennsylvania. This year we're in Germantown, Maryland, which is about a 30-minute drive from Beth Rahman and Silver Spring, headquarters of Sehat-e-Jismani. Mashallah, we have 21 teams represented in this year's tournament, 4 teams from Canada. And then majority of the teams make up our USA regions. As far out as West Coast has traveled, Houston, Philadelphia has 2 teams, and a lot of local.
So as this is being your first year as Motamid Sehat-e-Jismani, how is it like organizing such a national event which has such a history, and tell us a little bit about how you organize it, a little bit of the logistics and just the overall background of what's going on.
Well, a lot went into it, a lot of planning months before we get here, especially gym time. That was one of the first things we were looking for, is try to find a good gym and secure the gym. Because Miss usually takes up 2 days, and plus with the number of teams Miss keeps growing, we need to be able to have at least 2 gyms in a location. Well, honestly, with all the planning, being my first year planning all this, I was telling Sada Saab this too, and a couple of the Khadam, I was like, it gives me a greater appreciation for what we have here. Yeah, I kind of have a different mindset coming in. Usually it's just as a player, and I'm excited, to get a chance to just play, but having to, work the logistics of it, seeing how much budget and how much money we put into it for our Khadam, it gives me a greater appreciation for just what we have and what we're given, and how fortunate we are to be a part of Khadam al-Ahmadiyya.
So part of the logistics side of it, what is the main goal by having this Miss Tournament? What is the main message you're trying to get across to the Khadam, and what is the main, crux of the matter?
I thought Sada Saab touched on it really well at the opening ceremony, where he said, I kind of touched base on it too, where you're going to get an opportunity to test your nafs, per se. There's going to be moments in this tournament where things don't go your way. Amongst teammates, you may argue, you may not be getting the ball enough. You're going to be forced to come together and unite as one. So I just think it's a great opportunity. Sports is always a great opportunity. It's just to not only physically, fit yourself, but really mentally to push yourself and spiritually.
So what is the reaction like with the Khadam in the United States? What is the overall feeling, and the feelings behind with the people and the guests coming here this year?
I think it's great. I think everyone's really enjoying the location. They're enjoying the opportunity to play a lot of games. We try to schedule. Most teams are playing 4 games this year. I think most of the years we get about 3 games in. I think they're really enjoying themselves. But
so how do you feel the removal of soccer? How did that affect this year's tournament, and what is your plans moving forward in the upcoming years?
It affected it in ways of we probably didn't get the soccer players coming out and being part of it, and that definitely hurt it. But I think it helped it in a way too, where it kind of put everything in Mist in one location. So as you can see, there's more players, more attendance just watching 1 or 2 games at one time. With soccer, you'd get guys spread between 2 different locations, and I think soccer in itself deserves its own weekend, and inshallah we can get to that point.
And the decision to not have international teams, how did that affect it, and what was the reasoning for that, behind that?
A lot of that was Hazur. We meant to try to keep it international. We put invites out to the European teams, and Hazur gave us guidance on that and said, this year, keep it just North American. He had the same directive for Canada. And I was able to talk to the Sehat-e-Jismani in UK, and they said some of the reasoning behind that was it's the 75th anniversary for Khadam al-Ahmadiyya, and UK is planning on throwing a tournament in August, an international tournament. So I think maybe Hazur was thinking teams are going to be traveling there for that. So.
Awesome. So finally, what would you like to say to all the Khadam all around the country that are not here today, and their message to all the people that are watching at home?
Come out. Please be a part of this. And I try to make as many phone calls to local guides as I could, and even if you're not a basketball enthusiast, find some athletes, and I think you'll have a blast just getting up and down. And there's a couple of regions here that that you could tell basketball might not be their first sport, but I think they're having a great time, and just being around this and getting an opportunity.
Awesome. Jazakallah, Motamid.